Disclaimer. This game is a work of fiction. Any persons, people, events that resemble true events are purely coincidence. And with that, hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is our 215th episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition, The Storms of Chaos. I'm going to go around and have my players introduce themselves.
I'm Tyler, and I play Kyle, also known as Guards the Low. He's a Philodox of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play Cora. She's an Aruna in the Geta Fenris.
Hi, I'm Adam. I play Mark Guides the Fallen, and he's a Thurge of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Sean. I play Zeb Speaks-in-Sweet-Whispers. He is a Theurge of the Silent Striders.
Hello, my name is Riley, and I am playing Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, Lupus Galliard of the Bone Gnawers.
Hi, my name is George. I am playing William Grows-Matrices. He is a rune of the Glasswalkers.
Last time, the Pax returned to Sacred Stone to speak with Cassandra Stoneeyes, formerly Andy Paints with Twilight. The Pax then, after much discussion, had decided to try and follow the light in her shadow before they entered a hallway of mirrors. These hallways made them see hundreds of different people from different walks of life and possibilities across multiple times and universes of who Andy could have been and who they could have been as they reflected in the mirror. The Pax continued on until they found themselves in the realm of Flux. However, Zeb stayed behind for a brief time to do his own thing. As we turn back the clock for just a day, Zeb tells the Pax that he is going to deal with spirits and wanders off to do his own things. Zebulon, what do you plan on doing?
I will hit up Doctor Appleton with the "you up" text and ask her just to give a spot that we can meet.
She gives you a spot. It's actually here in Colorado Springs.
Okay.
That she'll meet you tomorrow.
Okay.
The next day comes along and you go to like this really abandoned building, but the roof is solid. It was a government building that seems to have not been fully completed and likely will not do so now after the nukes went off, as she sits in the corner, sitting, her face kind of drawn, sallow in a way.
Zeb will have used every stealth precaution, right? Umbral camouflage to be invisible for the Umbra, right? Choosing a very circuitous route to get there. Yeah, he's going to do investigate just to make sure it isn't obvious trap. Make sure it's actually her.
Yep.
And then he'll walk up with like a cup of coffee, sit down. Busy.
Yes.
I think you already knew, talking to some folks and getting a very, very good look at the nature of things. There are folks higher up in your organization, I believe, that I assess you've probably successfully avoided so far. That seem to be a part of things you want no part. Indeed.
And the banker.
Both?
Found them. At least know of them. Them and the doctor, the org is in the palm of their hands. And their level of enlightenment, as she stares at you, and she doesn't stare at you, she stares through you, is horrifying.
I've witnessed this in parts and pieces. You confirming my worst fears. Well, it only means now more than ever that we're more dedicated to making sure that any plan you have, we need to have succeed. And there are some other folks that I think I can depend on to help. What's problematic? When a group executed some operations in Washington, D.C., what I perceived were some augmentations that were clearly done, but I believe by the engineer and maybe some others that were there. We were watched, or at least witnessed, to what occurred. What has also occurred now is that a piece of equipment of some significant use and value has fallen into the hands of the good doctor at this point. He had communicated with us thinking that we might make a deal. Obviously, we're not going to, but it puts the impetus even more now that we need to act. Secondary to this is there is a group within our community that had some oblique exposure to the good doctor for some time. It's worrisome to us, and again makes me want to ensure that we act that much faster, but also isolated. It's why I came alone. and I've communicated very, very little so far. What do we do?
You have to do something, because they have been pushing the bounds of everything. I've spoken with some of the reality deviants, I guess what you'd call them, namers. I've seen that they are starting to utilize things beyond the horizon, drawing forth things for what they think is going to happen. Are you familiar with, well, this country's evangelicals, religious sect?
I am.
They've been reaching across to try and jumpstart some deeply held belief in an end times. And the problem is that we do know that there are alien beings out there, and for one of the first times I can ever recall, some of them have been heeding theirs, listening to them, and pressing against the very thin bubble that keeps this reality safe.
I have seen similar, due to translate the same for you, phenomena that have occurred that have weakened barriers in time, and things that, for your point, safety, through safety or to ensure safety, were erected. Barriers and precautions have weakened, and there was one in particular now that we are very concerned about, which is why the good doctor having this piece of equipment is a significant problem, and it presses, as stated, our need to attack. And I will be, well, he already is on the move. I'm finding a moving target. He'll probably find us before we find him. I hope not. If that gives you an opportunity, then I hope it does. You will probably be aware when we enter combat with him. Beyond that, what else can I do for you?
I do need someone to check out Vancouver, actually. From the space that you all know. The parallel dimension your kind are able to travel to.
What's the problem?
We're trying to find a back way or a less traversed way into Horizon with these three. And we're also trying to see if we can break them into 3 separate groups, because if we face them all together, it's over. There's not a mage or a technocrat alive right now who has the level of enlightenment required to take all 3 on at the same time.
I had assumed they were separated. The physical body, I am not so confined to 3 dimensions to believe that was ever going to be the case, that I would actually see them in the flesh. But I had assumed they maintained a pretty significant separation. Or what you're saying to me is that they are all in some kind of, again, stronghold that they occupy with their servitors?
I'm not sure. As I said, they seem to have some ability to bend space with either reality-bending abominations or tech, depending on which one it is. And that's what we're trying to figure out. They also have access to the Org satellite network and have been trying to process that information using advanced AI models to try and get a beat on not just part of the world, but the entire world.
And therefore understanding the interconnectedness of the world and process this information at once makes their reach incredible. Their reach was already strong just amongst some of the more nascent, and Zeb will mention, the network, the office that the good doctor had been running for a time, and that was just the tip. I mean, right? I think just a small scale operation that we managed to bumble into to discover. No, I think we can take a look there. I believe we will have business in that direction soon enough. If I may ask a question related to that, then, I always knew your organization to explore deep space. Are there places that are still generally inaccessible to you? The one especially that you mentioned. We have a name for it, which would mean nothing to you, but traveling into that parallel space, are you able to enter it?
I myself have, but I usually use the aid of others who have the technology to bring me there. That's not my expertise. My expertise is in biology and chemistry.
Understood. in the event that you need to make a journey, let me know. I can
I will.
also facilitate this for you.
As she gets a side eye and she goes, shh, this way. Pulls you back. You see this thing kind of sniffing around the area. It seems to have something about it that makes it difficult to see from normal people. And you notice these little hovering things that seem to create a field around it. It is humanoid in shape only to the untrained eye, and from the side of it, as its body writhes in unspeakable ways, it's a strange combination of plant, reptile, and bird, with chunks of metal holding it together as it moves about. As she goes, those are one of the things that they've drawn and the engineer has upgraded. They're after me and they don't really know about you. But those are things you'll have to contend with soon, I think, if you continue to put your lot in with me. Just so you're aware.
That roughly compares to some of the augmented things that we saw in DC, right? When we attacked the Capitol, or even worse.
Worse. This thing is, it is truly Lovecraftian in that your brain is actually recoiling to see it. It looks like it probably has some form of the delirium because it is so unnatural, similar to the Krynos, and they've added a technological field to extend that in a way to make it totally and completely invisible to normal people or the spiritually unenlightened.
Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. I'll let you know more. And when you need us, call upon us, and I can give you feedback once we return from Vancouver.
Sounds
if you
good.
run across, and Zeb will kind of, if you run across some individuals, they'll give a kind of a vague a description of some of the folks that he knows in the Silent Strider network that kind of traverse in and around. If you run across some of them, they will give you aid, or at least hide you for a time if you need it. Say the thing, he'll give her a phrase, they'll know it's from me, and they'll be willing to give you aid.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And Zeb, thoroughly frightened, will take a far more circuitous route back to the cairn.
Zeb will actually have to make a willpower roll, difficulty 8, to actually gather his thoughts in a way that allows him to take the most secure route.
Oh boy, okay.
That's how horrifying it is.
That way, hey buddy, hey, absolutely.
Ooh. All right. So we're gonna go to Flux real quick. Zeb, you gotta wait a day anyway, and you probably head back and go, they what? When you find out what the rest of your pack did, along with Fomori's Bane. But you guys are in Flux. It is raging more than you have ever seen. This realm seems to be getting torn apart and reorganized in a million different ways all at once. I think, if I recall, Mark is the only one who has complete control over all of his forms. Everyone else, please roll 1d10 to determine what form you are in. Wonderful. Cora, Kyle, William, you are all in Glabro form. Dimitri, you are in Krynos form. There's a huge rift that starts to open in front of you as the land beneath you starts to get eaten away in the chaos storm. To jump across, I need you to roll a d20 and add your strength plus athletics to represent your proficiencies in that. DC 15.
So we roll 1d20.
And add your combined strength athletics to that, and you need a 15 or better on the roll.
Flux changing the system.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Take 10.
And you said
Jesus
strength.
Christ.
Fucking kidding me?
You said strength what?
We are brothers. You and I.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
sorry, you said strength what?
Strength athletics.
Okay.
Oh my god.
How the fuck?
So,
Oh my god.
so
I was gonna say.
as you both try and jump, you actually do a backflip into the Great Maw. Luckily, you have Constitution times 10 HP. The fall is 30 feet, so I need you to roll 3d6, and that's how much damage you take.
Sorry, what's my constitution, Keegan? I don't see it.
I'm sorry,
on
your
Yeah.
stamina. Your stamina.
I was like, we haven't used Constitution in this game at all. So you said Constitution, stamina times 10?
That's how much HP you got.
Okay, sick. And now we're rolling what?
3d6, and that's how much damage you take.
Are you fucking kidding me?
As you hit
Fine.
hard, and Cora, roll me a d10, please. Wonderful. You turn into water. You will need to try and use your willpower. You'll need to roll a d20, DC 10, to reconfigure your body back into normal form. Kyle, I need you to roll also a d10. Kyle, you turn into silver, taking 1 point of aggravated damage. You also must make a willpower roll, DC 12, to change back. Every time you fail, you take another point of HP, or you roll one more d4 of HP damage.
Are you fucking kidding me? I don't understand. It's fine.
Looks like Kyle made it, took no damage. So, Kyle, you are able to shift your body back into flesh as you see liquid Cora there splashing and flailing. Roll another d10 to represent what form you've changed into.
Who, me or Kyle?
Kyle, you're water. It doesn't matter.
Fair.
You're in Hispo form. How would you like to try and get out of here?
Well, first, how does that affect my current HP?
Yes, it gives you more, I believe.
Okay.
Because
Wonderful,
Hispo
I guess.
gives you a total of, I believe, 5 more HP. Because you went from Glabro, and there's 1 more stamina in Hispo.
Well, so 10 then, yeah?
Oh yes, 10. Yes, 10. 10 more HP.
Okay.
This chasm is made of wriggling birds that are moving like worms, but shaped entirely like birds, flapping and wriggling their individual feathers, moving and shaking, and if you touch them, they scream like dying rabbits.
Aren't you glad you asked?
No, well, that's not so bad. I eat rabbits. So,
Alright, now, we're going to have Dimitri, William, Mark, roll 1d10. If you have a 10 or higher, roll a d20, and if it's a 10 or higher, you realize you brought a bucket, which will allow you to carry Cora out of the chasm.
Hey, does 10 on the mark count?
10 or higher, yes.
10 or higher, yep. So you got a bucket.
Hey, Mark remembered. Mark remembered to bring a bucket.
Mark, would you like to do a strength athletics, or a d20 with your strength plus athletics, to crawl down there to get Cora into a bucket? It's DC 10.
Sure thing. Yeah.
Wonderful. So you crawl down as you start pushing Cora into a bucket. Cora, you can speak, by the way, as water.
Well, I guess then Mark is hearing a lot of bubbling and gurgling. Cora's mad.
Guys, I think Cora's mad.
The water is boiling.
The water is boiling.
Bucket's like slightly shaking.
All right, you're going to have to crawl out of here, both of you. Once again, D20, strength plus athletics. It is difficulty 13 to get out of here.
So I got a bucket this time. Makes sense. I'm loving this system. Knocks on wood.
You both do great. You get out with the bucket. As you see this great turtle-like creature with a shell that is 100,000 things all at once, not conflicting in your mind that it is all those things in the same space, screaming out into the infinity as you see waves of power blasting from it, as you see the threads that are trying to contain Flux starting to snap on the edges of this realm as chaos is becoming more unbridled and less contained in the uproars of the worm. The weaver threads frantically and Flux rages against its death. Now, you guys can try and move forward and try and get to that turtle if you wish. You could also try and find the realms of Griffin, and that might be a stabler island of Flux given Griffin. What would you like to do?
The threads that you mentioned, what can you give me a little more description of what those threads exactly are?
Yes, they're the spider silk of the Weaver. So the last time you guys came in here, you had to move through a cocoon. And that cocoon encompasses this realm. The Chaos Storm is buffering against that, and those threads of the cocoon are starting to break and change into new things when they break away from the Weaver.
I thought that we had... Maybe it was only partial, but I thought that we had broken those threads.
Some of them.
I suppose it's continued since we left?
Yeah.
Okay. And the Chaos Storm, how is that represented here?
There is a scream, there is a wind, and when the wind hits you, you notice reality shift. Like you feel it. You feel yourself being 10 people at once briefly, and then back to being Kyle. Your flesh changes into stone. Cora turns briefly back into Cora sitting in the bucket, and then back to water when the wave breaks through. Cora, you may do another willpower roll now, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
But you will take 1d4 damage.
Okay, is it going to be the same roll that I did last time?
Yep.
Okay. 27.
Perfect. You pull yourself up, and actually you take no damage because you rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
The bucket lands.
Beautiful.
Roll a d10, though, to see what form you're in. All right. You're in Glabro still.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. All right. So, what's the plan, folks?
What would be the point of going over to the giant tortoise? As I address the group with this question.
Well, does it look like the tortoise is having an effect on like the threads breaking and this chaos storm raging, or is it just a? Okay.
Oh yes. You can do a d20 plus intelligence plus occult, DC 20 to possibly get some information.
I have 0 occult. Does someone else have occult?
I have 4 occult, yes.
4 plus what's your int?
3.
So roll a d20 plus 7.
Not quite.
Didn't make it. So, you're not sure what that turtle is. You have a sense that it has some sort of significance. So, I ask again, what is the plan? Griffin? Turtle? Somewhere else?
I mean, out of those options, I suppose I prefer turtle. I don't particularly want to go see Griffin when I can't control my form.
I don't think Griffin would take kindly to any of us not being Red Talons. And I'm the only lupus out of all of you.
Yeah. So turtle it is.
Turtle it is.
All right. Turtle.
Wonderful.
All the way down.
All right. Meanwhile, back in Colorado Springs, as Zeb is desperately trying to get out of the city, moving through, ducking and weaving. Can I get a dex stealth roll, please? Diff 6, please.
Sure. It's actually reduced diff because of owl and items.
Woo! Wonderful. You notice there's more than one of those things walking around the city now. Each one unique in its horror. Somehow they all gurgle out the same thing, as if they sense you, and you hear them all speak with almost the good doctor's voice.
The child dreams of you.
Well, that's fucking great. All right. Zeb, and I mean, how many? You said I've seen numerous. I mean, 4, 5. I mean,
so there's 3 in about a 2-block area that all say it loud enough for you to hear it.
And they're in the physical realm. And
yes.
Look, because as I kept seeing across the Umbra, are there some of them that are pursuing him via the Umbra too?
You don't see any in the Umbra, but they are casting a long shadow. And you do notice that when any spirit below, any gaffling that crosses the barrier starts to mutate and shift into an otherworldly horror.
Okay. Excellent. And, I mean, Zeb hasn't been here for a while, so I guess on his way back, Keegan, and this is because he's going to quickly relay information before he finds out is how this is affecting the guiding spirits in the area, because it's just like drastically eroding the area around the sept. He wants to be able to report this right away.
All right, they hear you. They accept that they're going to send the worm foe out, Bloodwind, to try and deal with these things. They'll probably do it at night, obviously, since there is a curfew in the city, which will make it easier to fight these things. And because there's some sort of double delirium happening, that might aid in the hunting party.
Zeb will only reiterate to Bloodwind because we've had this conversation before about who their master is. So to beware, especially, and just to beware, because Zeb's not going to tell him how to do his job. He will just say to beware again that our mightiest foe is still associated with these things, and he'll reiterate that.
All right. What would you like to do with after that?
Hey, where is everybody? As Zeb is chain smoking, and maybe if he passes by Cassandra, like, hey, have the boys come and talk to you yet? The lads?
Yes. Yesterday, they came, or 2 days in a row, they went into the Umbra and decided to follow the star in my shadow that they said they could see. They haven't been back, along with Fomori's Bane.
Oh boy. Okay then. Do you mind if I follow the same path, Cassandra?
If you insist, certainly.
Well, again, thank you, and I'll let you know what I find. And Zeb will cross into the Umbra, and then taking advantage of however her shadow is being cast, following that similar path.
Wonderful. Okay. So as you follow the mirrors, things like that, in Flux, I do need a d20 with a Gnosis added to it. Highest one, and then I need a DC of 12 to succeed. So I think that's between Cora and Mark.
Got 8.
I got 8 as well.
Okay.
Mark rolled it. So Mark guides you as the world shifts. You are surrounded by fog in a dreary forest. Your fur, your skin starts to change and become uncomfortable and feels and looks and has the same texture as human clothes. There is a fog about you. Highest of the group, I need you to roll perception. I will tell you the rules of perception here momentarily. You can either use your perception or alertness, whichever is higher. All right, that's Dimitri. Dimitri, multiply that number by 20 and then subtract 10. Then roll a D100, and you want to roll less than this skill.
Okay.
If you get half, that's a hard success. If you get a fifth, that's an extreme success. Dang, that is a hard success. So, you notice that there are creatures living amongst the trees, alien in their appearance, not even an amalgamation of things you've seen on Earth, completely unknown to the mind. Could you roll me? What's your willpower, Dimitri? Or we're going to do willpower times 10 minus 10 for this roll.
Okay, my permanent willpower is 7.
Okay, so that means that you have a 60% to succeed this. So 60 or lower.
Okay. Not quite.
All right, so you lose 5 sanity from your willpower, so your willpower rolls for the remainder of this segment will be at 55.
Okay.
And you see Zeb there, getting up. He looks around. He's lost, dazed, confused.
Zeb, and I'll wave to Zeb.
You all right?
For the most part.
Any luck?
We were in a hallway of mirrors for a while, and then everything changed. There was a chasm. There was a giant turtle. A storm. It looks like the threads of the wild, the cocoon containing it, is fraying.
Keegan, can I get a roll based off what Dimitri is describing as to what they might have saw, or an interpretation thereof?
Yeah, so I need your occult times 20 minus 10. Try and roll under that.
Okay.
Roll a 1d100.
D100.
Yep.
All right, so it's going to be my rating's 100%.
So,
so
minus 10, so yeah, 90%. So you got 90% chance of succeeding.
All right. Fuck off.
I'll
mulligan that.
Holy shit, 96%.
It's worthy to,
it's
worthy to mulligan for that one. I need to know what the fuck he's talking about. Let's do that again. All right, there we go.
You got an extreme success. So, you know of this spirit. It has no name. It is considered by some scholars of the Garu to be an avatar of the wild that has been trapped here. That the reason Flux exists is because it is in proximity to this thing. And that it brings some of the deep umbra of pure wild here into the near realm. and that its ever-shifting rage now, however it's been woken, is now exploding and trying to rip apart the weaver cocoon that is meant to contain it. This could be a good or bad thing, depending on if the worm can gain control of potentially energies of the wild and corrupt those as well as constructs of the weaver. If it cannot, perhaps it can erode enough of the weaver to give the Garu an ally.
Zeb will describe that rapidly to Howls-In-Memory to make sure that in the event that we're separated, he keeps that in mind. And that's probably where we need to be. Whether we free it completely to prevent its madness, its anger, or at least investigate, we'll need to get closer. But it's dangerous, as we know. It's just Howls-In-Memory and Zeb right now.
The rest of the group is there, and they can see you now, too. You can see them as shadowy figures beyond the mist.
Okay.
Oh, Zeb, I also need you to roll Intelligence Primal Urge, difficulty your permanent rage.
And this is using
normal
just
rules.
normal.
This is using normal rules. I'm not going to figure out how to make this work in Call of Cthulhu's rule set.
Right, that'd be terrible. Alright. Nothing.
Woo. You are constantly shifting every turn, or not even that, just constantly. Different parts of your body are shifting to different forms at different times. It is difficult to walk. You will roll everything at a minus 20% disadvantage with this rule set.
And I'm guessing that also changes me between being able to fly and not fly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I spend willpower in a turn to try to stabilize myself, or is that impossible here?
Yes.
Okay.
You are able to do that per turn.
All right. Okay. I will inform you if the turn is critical enough that I need to stabilize myself long enough to do something. I can still talk though. I'll just change my speech. Will change depending on whatever form I'm in. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Zeb, could I get either a perception times or an alertness from you?
All right. So I'm just gonna roll that D100 again against that.
Yep.
All right. My percentage is 70%.
Okay.
And I'll just make a note of that. Oh, or not. But I got under it, so...
You did get under, yes. Good. So, you see it. One of those things from the physical world has followed you here. I do need you to roll willpower times 10. I think I said times 10 minus 10.
Okay.
To see where you're at.
Got it. Okay. I'm making a note here to get under 70. Nope.
Ooh, nope. All right. Zeb... You lose 17 from that willpower roll that you have to do in this realm right now, at least for the time being.
Okay.
So you all see Zeb collapse in fear.
I guess we run over to him and try and figure out what's going on with him.
Just let me know how long before I can act or say anything, Keegan.
So you can gibber out, like, snippets.
Okay. Followed me. Followed. Look. Followed.
Look where he pointed.
Do we see anything, Keegan?
You all see it, and you all have to make the same willpower roll now.
Okay, sweet. I got under it.
All right. For those who rolled under, you subtract 3 from that roll while you were in this part of the realm. For those who failed, you subtract 14 from that roll for any other horrors you might come across here. What would you all like to do?
Run.
Probably kill it. I don't want to keep looking at it. What if we see it again later, you know?
Should probably kill it.
It'll look a lot less confusing if it's a bunch of different pieces.
Keegan, you described this thing as like being part metal or like fused with technology, right?
Yes. And it's starting to be rejected, so that seems to be the only thing that does seem like an actual weakness, Dimitri, that you notice.
I would like to use Call the Rust.
Okay. What's the roll on Call the Rust again?
I know it's wits and craft.
Okay, so
give
then...
me just a moment. I can...
Okay, if you know that's what it is, then it's whichever is higher, your wits or crafts, times...
Okay.
Times 20, minus 10.
Okay. That is a success.
Wonderful. The rust does happen on its body, and it starts to shake, and more importantly... the little creatures that seem unnatural in the trees start to jump and start eating at it. It's ichor-like blood splattering everything, and it is horrifying beyond belief. I will need another roll of willpower. Same basic principle, with your minuses involved, please. All right. Those who succeeded lost nothing. Those who failed lost 2 from that roll. All right. And with that, you'll have to navigate this forest to try and get out. That will be a survival roll. Best of the group. Survival or primal urge, whichever is better. Looks like it's between Mark and Dimitri. It's Cora.
So you said it was survival or primal urge,
Whichever's
and then
higher. Times 20, minus 10.
times 20. All right, sick.
D100, try and roll under.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
That is, in fact, a critical fumble.
I would absolutely love to use my mulligan because I am so tired of this garbage.
Wonderful. Then do it.
Thanks.
Do it, kid. You got it?
Nice.
Excellent. So, with a nice number for old people rather than the funny number for the young kids, Cora manages to get you out of the forest. Zeb constantly and unerringly shifting all the time and getting some help from Dimitri and William out. As you then get to a small village filled with people crafted of beans. They speak in a garbled tongue that causes pudding and bacon to slither from the floor. And you can understand them. You do not understand English. And so when you try and think in your native tongue, it sounds garbled in your mind. You have to actually speak to hear your own thoughts, and it comes out as bacon and such slithering from the ground up from around your feet.
Incredible.
My favorite soup.
Oh, hey, bacon. Oh, hey, bacon. Oh.
Are the bacon and pudding separate, or are they together?
They're
when
together.
They come up from the ground.
They're together.
It's like
as it should
chocolate
be.
bacon then.
Well, hold on.
No,
Is
it's just
pudding-
regular bacon in pudding.
Is the language denoted by like how long the bacon is, or how crispy or chocolatey
Yes.
the pudding is?
Yeah, it changes the
Okay.
flavor of the pudding, the texture of the bacon, what the bacon is cooked with, whether it's apple smoked, candied, peppered, paprikaed. All of these affect the emotional state of the speaker.
But my emotional state right now is very confused.
Undercooked bacon.
Undercooked bacon.
Or actually, if you're very confused, depending on the level of confusion, it might be bacon bits, because the bacon's just not really together, and pudding ingredients start really slithering from the ground.
How fun.
I like that this has hurt Sam emotionally more than, like, all the murder, all the torture,
This comic been doing most of the murder and torture.
Bacon and
That's
pudding from
just
the ground?
confusing.
Madness!
The next game Sam plays, like pudding will be a red line, and the GM will be very confused. Zeb will spend a willpower to stabilize himself for a turn, since we're in the village amongst the people.
Wonderful.
The bean people. The bean
so
people.
I will need you to roll 2d10 and add half your willpower round up to that.
Boy. Alright.
We can tilt my chart real quick. I'm having a great time. For everyone's edification.
I'm sure you are.
What system will we do next? Nudo!
Speed running all of the system. Alright, 14. Alright, so that's a partial success. So everything but your arms are stabilized as you fall into a frying pan that is a slightly undercooked, allowing you to stabilize your body for the next 2 turns, except your arms, due to the fact that the edges aren't getting quite crisp enough to keep you stable.
Fantastic.
So
what's been going on around here?
The sarcasm means that it comes up with like food dye.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's going on? Things seem to be pretty wild out there. Pretty wild storm.
The storm is getting great, and we are trying to hold up. However, the volcanoes are dying, and the huts are beginning to collapse under their own weight due to the soothing strength of fire being robbed of us. Soon we will be refried and mush upon the earth, and our people will die.
That's terrible. Have you seen who's responsible for this? Or is it just the storm putting out the fire?
I believe it is something. Something came in not so long ago. A strange creature, twisted in shape and form, but not of this. Not new, but a twisting of it. For it was instead of being great and powerful with pieces of true meat, it was nothing but kernels and pieces of bone broth, twisting in endless agony. The fruit of its teeth left citrus acid along the ground, bleeding the earth dry. We at A Bunch of Gamers do not condone drug use.
I think I know what they're saying. I think I know what they're talking about, but I can't. We've seen this thing
horrible.
before.
What have you seen before?
That's the thing. Sam doesn't remember the name of the thing, but I remember seeing it. We saw it under DIA. 2 of them, right? Am I right, Keegan?
Sounds like you're thinking of a Nexus crawler.
That's the one. Thank you. A Nexus crawler.
I don't know if that's the case. Do you think? Did it speak? Did they say anything when they came here?
No. They spoke in a strange accent, and all I saw was when they spoke, well, what bubbled up was hazelnut chocolate spread and peanuts of various roasts. Sadly, I'm not a worldly man and only know of this simple tongue.
Did you see where he went?
He moved that way. As you see the arm kind of move, and all the bacon also points in the same direction towards a cave that smells strangely of brie and parmesan.
Well, we'll definitely do everything we can. We've got to keep the fires going by Cracky. I don't want to be undercooked. I think it was the good doctor.
Oh, okay. Well, we should help them bring their fire back and bring peace back to the village. And then perhaps we can stop the good doctor along the way.
The sense of violence in Mark's voice makes it so that the bacon is overcooked. The pudding has no run to it.
Pudding has no run to it. It is thick with hate.
Well, let us ooze our way over to the cheese cave.
I should probably stop making up shit like the day of the game, going, that sounds great.
Yeah. Yes, to the cheese cave. This tastes good in my mouth. Let's do it.
I mean, this is one of the few times that I think you've talked about an ideal world instead of a fucked up one. So I don't know. It's kind of nice.
Where we talk and bacon and pudding emerges. Oh no!
Because not a vegetable was there to be seen.
Not a single fucking vegetable.
Well, you mentioned the cheese caves, and it's like, yes, I want to go to there. That's good storytelling, you know?
Like he says, there's cheese caves and volcanoes. Now, the existence of cheese caves and volcanoes tell me that this might be like fondue magma.
All right, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Bacon-wrapped fondue. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Before we go to the fondue cheese caves, I will tell the villager, be at peace, we will bring the fires back. May your bacon be crispy and your pudding be of the perfect consistency.
You are too kind. Embrace me, brother. As he hugs you and your beans mingle just a little bit. And you definitely feel the barbecue flavor of his love and admiration.
You feel the flavor.
the bean mingling. That's it.
The bean mingling. Aromatic approval.
Dimitri also takes some of the bacon that bubbles up from the ground as a snack for the road.
Gives a whole new meaning to eating your words, maybe?
I'm looking forward to the... I thought this was a werewolf game.
It is.
Let's get sizzling.
All right. As you start moving through the cheese cave, you do unfortunately know and feel within the depths of your beans that there's some mold here. It looks like this cave has been left at room temperature too long. And there are little white strands that form fingers as they start trying to crawl to you to consume you and corrupt you as well.
Squish the stringy cheese.
What would you like to do?
Squish the stringy cheese.
What I need oh, you mean squish the mold?
Yeah, like squish the mold.
Okay. So roll me 2d10 and add your strength to that, please.
Okay. 17.
Wonderful. You do an absolute success. Roll me a single d10.
2.
All right. You do some damage as you squish down, you pull away as some of the little bit of your saucy bits gets pulled in while you stomp as you feel a little bit of, and you get away fast enough before it drains too much from you and you take your own damage.
Oh, even attacking the mold is dangerous. My juices.
I'm really seeing how many things are going to happen before Riley just fucking loses it on camera. Laughing.
My beanie juiciness. No.
All right. However, this can roll out. Sense worm.
All right. Yeah. Roll 2d10 and add your perception plus occult.
Can Mark start eating the sides of the cave that aren't moldy?
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Sweet.
Wonderful. You get a strong, distinct sense of worm, and you notice that the mold is actually formed in the dark in almost footprint-like patterns.
Let's take our beans down this path. The worm festers.
Wherever it dwells, wherever it grows.
As you guys head that way, you see the thing. It's this huge, horrid creature. Fangs of sliced oranges, dripping acid onto the earth as its horrid body of frozen custard and low-fat frozen yogurt with aspartame leeches around the magma, cooling it into a hard cheese as it tries to bubble forth and breaks away into nothing as the thing looks up to you and gives a hiss and a laughter as corn and breakfast sausage boils up around its feet in what appears to be a mocking tone based on the mapley flavor of the smell.
I don't know how to respond to this.
I'm assuming we're going to want to kill it.
Yep, I think attacking is a great idea.
All right. For beanie justice.
All right, you are all able to trounce this thing together. Thankfully, due to your Krynos form giving you extreme advantages in combat here. As a creature dies, though, I will need you to do a dexterity athletics added to 2d20 roll. As the volcano starts to reheat, the cheese is beginning to boil around your feet, and it will refry you into a mash that has no sentience ever again.
2d20, you said?
2d10. Sorry, 2d10.
Okay.
You said we're in Krynos.
Yes.
Oh, shit. In Krynos.
It don't matter. I promise.
Okay.
You succeeded.
Okay, I was going to say, oh no,
Kyle did not.
Oh no.
Did I succeed enough to try and grab him?
No, because you're all focused. This is the roll just represents your focus on running.
Alrighty.
Kyle, you take 2 points of aggravated damage as the hot cheese hits you, mingles with your beans and some of course, the sauce within you as it steams away, crustying up and refrying the beans into mash as you fall forward in agony. All bacon you speak with comes with a slight char, but it seems you've succeeded.
We need to keep going. We need to get to the center of all this. Well, the thing from which all of this emanates.
As you start to move, reality seems to solidify a little bit, likely because of all the Weaver spirits that are diving into Flux, dying to try and keep the great wild turtle contained. But time seems to be breaking, because you get visions, little glimpses as reality tears. As you see Sven walking the earth bleeding, literally bleeding beneath his feet as he grabs forward just out of sight in the tear before lifting up Jonas Albrecht in his hands and crushing his skull before all the nation to see his eyes gleaming with emerald balefire. Before you see Sven standing tall, plants slightly growing around his feet where he stands and steps, holding a clave and standing before this horrifying creature clad in armor. Anyone with occult 2 or higher knows that this is Lord Steel, a Maljan Incarna. As the rip closes and you see him before Hellbringer, another Maljan Incarna, before you finally see it happen again, and he stands in front of a strange, desiccated corpse with slime dripping from it. One that Fomori's Bane and the rest, except William, I think, have seen before in the caves of Cripple Creek when they raided the Black Spiral Hive. The Maljan Incarnate Therafuge, Master of Disease, coughing and rushing to kill. Sven is victorious. He is dead. He faces more than one at the same time. They flee before him before the battle even begins. And still you move forward. Cora, you see that girl from your dreams, your granddaughter. She looks at you in the Terran time and her eyes widen, and she says, "Grandma, we don't meet in person yet," before the rift closes. Kyle, you rush forward as you grab Steven, who is in his Krynos form, knocked unconscious. Fomori and other horrid creatures, large and barbarous, smashing all around you, throwing him to the side as one strikes at you and it goes to kill Steven. You jump in the way, rolling and grabbing Steven before Regender jumps in front of you and is stabbed, sacrificing his life for you. You were at when you rolled, you were at Colorado Springs. When Regender jumped in front of you, saving Steven, you were at the Sept of the Unified Heart. William, you see Heatseeker rushing the armies of the Worm before him as the metal from his body starts to rip free, showing ragged flesh underneath as it's been replaced, as he runs forward and self-destructs, saving several Glasswalkers, some of which who tried to kill him in the Purge upon the streets of Detroit. Dimitri, you see the last of your kin from Winterfang rushing into a building in Colorado Springs while you draw the forces of the Worm. As they chase you and you run, you hear a howl in the distance as you stand in the middle of New York City and a great forest explodes from the city itself, consuming and destroying the buildings and the streets around you. Mark, you see the spirit of Lake Superior scream as fire falls from the sky, evaporating him entirely, boiling away his waters consumed as fire burns away the 5 mirrors. Zeb, you see your sister cradling your head in her arms, crying, you in your Hamid form, as a Fomori comes to feast on her. As she shudders away, you shift once more into Krynos and grab it, fighting with your every last breath. The great turtle is there. It speaks in 1,000 languages all at once, making it impossible to hear. You can try, though, by getting glimpses of its mind, each of you, with a willpower roll at diff 10. It is possible to botch this roll if that factors into your decision.
Can I spend a willpower for a success?
Not in this case, not for willpower rolls.
Can I use Speech of the World to just understand
No,
it?
it's not because you can't understand it, because it is speaking English in there. It's what it is it's every language ever spoken at the same time at extreme volumes. So you can't parse the words out because it's like being in a crowd, all of them talking at you at once.
All right, I'm going to give it a shot.
Nice job.
Hell yeah. Kyle, you hear, "The bow will be lost soon. He plans on bringing you nothing but despair." Dimitri, you hear, "The child's destiny is on the fulcrum. You must see them soon, or only darkness will pass." Cora, you hear, He is in his own realm now. He does not expect an attack, but he is at his most powerful there. But not all of his defenses are up. Zeb, you hear, "Seek the great archer from the eldest sibling. For once it has been handed off, your task is done." Mark. Oh no, Mark didn't get it. So I did Cora, Dimitri, who am I missing? William, you hear, "The ancients will seek you soon, and you will face your hardest choice. Ashes will come, and tears will flow." And with that, you are all cast out of Flux with a mighty roar. All of your rage, willpower, and gnosis is full. As you land, you find yourself on a beach in the Umbra. Upon leaving it, you find out that you are in Baja, California. About 3 days have passed, though the journeying in Flux felt significantly longer. It is March 6th, and you have many things to do and many things to sort out after a colorful and strange journey. But those are questions and stories for next time. Thank you to everyone who listened. We'll catch you in that next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
See you then.